I hate the last day of vacation before you have to go home. We've been on the road for 21 days, traveling in our tiny teardrop trailer. Come along as we explore the fascinating park, Pinnacles National Park. Last day heading home. Our alarm just went off. Well, we've already been up once, but little girl's back asleep. Gotta load up camp and head home. Condensation everywhere, so we're trying to get these dried out. And I'm about to use the squeegee on the tablecloth. And the towels we had out drying, we've got to bring in. I usually remember, so they're wet too. I'm just gonna bag them separately. So this does, look at all this water. Really helps. I do this and then come with a paper towel, and I don't have to use like a paper towel, so. Yep. Packing up, it's always fun. Headed out of the park. Not gonna film. If you want to see the ride, it's the same ride in as out. And 101, all that's the same. If there's anything cool, I'll check in. But I'm pretty much out of space, so had a great trip so far. Here we are, approaching the exit gate. Per this sign here, we're headed towards King City, 29 miles. There was so much construction on this trip from beginning to end. Hopefully the roads will be better. We'll have to wait and see. You guys can see the cloud, the green layer that's lower. That white strip is green layer. One of these days I'd like to stay at the historic Paso Robles Inn. It has healing hot springs right on property and lots of history related to the old cowboy days. When we go, we'll be sure to put it on our channel. We're cruising in Paso Robles now. We're gonna head out to the springs. I will use Bobby's phone there because I know I don't have the space. Natural springs. There's like an old theater here. Some cool old buildings. Paso Robles. Of course you all know how we don't like ending a vacation. Who does? And we have a habit of extending a trip one way or another. Well, this trip is no exception. We wanted to do something relaxing and unique, and oh boy, did we find exactly that. We found Franklin Hot Springs. Please join us as we soak and heal at this trippy, one-of-a-kind spot. We were lucky enough to spend time with the owner of this generational gem. I'll share the mind-blowing facts, history, and more as he shared with us. Let's go. This is also a fishing pond. The hot spring pools are separated in sections. This map illustrates one of the mind-blowing facts we were told. This aquifer originates in Wyoming at Yellowstone. It runs through Utah, Nevada, and then through the Sierras. Okay, hold up. I just envision the thermal pools in Yellowstone and how it's connected to this natural treasure. So crazy. The aquifer splits into three in the Sierras. One goes to King City, then Big Sur, ending at the ocean. Wow, what a trip! I wonder if it's hot and steamy water as it goes to the sea. The second one runs through Paso Robles to where we are here at Franklin Springs, and then out to Avila Beach, and then to the ocean. We have also spent time at one of the two hot springs in Avila. The other one is fancier. It's called Sycamore Springs. There are episodes of me roaming around the Sycamore Resort. It's very pretty, even though I've never soaked in the pools. That split of the hot springs also ends at the ocean. It must enter at San Luis Creek there. The third aquifer runs to Desert Hot Springs. Wait a minute, what? Holy crap, that's so far away. That's all the way in Riverside County for Wyoming. And that also then ends in the ocean. I wonder if they travel in separate tubes to the ocean or if they just dump into the creeks or what. If you know, put it in the comments, please. This rendition illustrates what's going on below the surface here at Franklin Hot Springs. The bottom layer is geothermal. The large layer is granite. 10,000 feet below, the water is very hot. At 1,400 feet, the aquifer feeds up through pipes. Adobe surrounds this layer. 350 feet below the surface is where the city water is. The pipes bypass that, up through the last bit of earth, and ultimately pumped into the pools. This is a multi-generational business, and the owner spoke a lot about his late father, the founder. The current owner's son is also part of the business. The founder, Esley Combs Franklin, was born October 14th, 1914, and passed March 13th, 2010, at 95 years old. Esley was a traveling Methodist minister and moved to this general area at 12 years old. He moved several more times. He was athletic and was the class president at Paso Robles High School. He had a full life. Feel free to pause to read his obituary in full. This was on display at the hot springs. Here's just a little bit of what I pulled out of there that was just too good to not share. The U.S. military commissioned him to grow crops for the troops during World War II. Man, that's so cool. I had no idea they did that. His obituary was so long it took 2 frames. During the Great Depression, he allowed displaced families to camp out on his farm for free. Some of them decided to help on the farm, which was optional. And man, this man lived so many lives and wore so many hats. Kind of reminds me of Forrest Gump. I'm barely hitting on the highlights. As you can see, he deserves this recognition and deserves to be remembered. In 1952, his life took another crazy turn when Texaco approached him to survey his land for oil. No oil was found, but these magical mineral hot springs were found. He capped it for 10 years and eventually used it for his own personal use and eventually opened these healing mineral pools for the public to enjoy as well. The fishing pond has bass, crappie, bluegill, and catfish. Some of the waterfowl that enjoy this unique oasis are green egret, mallard duck, Canadian goose, and the North American beaver appears here too. We are grateful for Mr. Franklin, all he did for humankind, and we feel blessed to come to these healing waters that he made possible. Thank you, sir. We're convinced we're going to do it. Bobby will cover some of it. Made it back to the ocean and the typical traffic jam at Avila Beach Drive by Shell Beach and all that. But we're home-ish. I was thrilled to see the sunflower when I got home. My son was caring for the plants as we were gone, and it bloomed into this beauty. If I can't keep my head held high enough, I'll just be love and watch the smiles come. Thanks for watching. Bring my spirits up. Don't forget to stop and smell the flowers. There's some shit I like to fix, but I still